Title: The White Residence Tape. A friend of mine used to work security for an Albuquerque real estate company that managed foreclosed homes. One of the places he had to clear out was the real-life house used in Breaking Bad. You know, the one with the pizza on the roof. Apparently, after the show wrapped, a fan bought the house and tried turning it into a tourist attraction, but things went south fast. He told me that a lot of the people who visited said it felt wrong inside. Not haunted, exactly, just heavy. Some said the place gave them headaches. One guy claimed he saw someone staring at him through the hallway mirror, but there was no mirror there. My friend didn't believe any of that. He's not into ghosts or urban legends. But he did find something while cleaning out the basement. An old VHS tape, unmarked except for the words scratched into the plastic with a knife or key, WW for her. He brought it home, thinking it was maybe some fan film or old prop. But the second the footage started playing, he called me over. It begins with static. Then, shaky cam footage of the familiar Breaking Bad house, inside and out, only it wasn't filming, it looked handheld. No background music, no cuts, no color grading. Walter White is standing in the hallway, facing away from the camera. He's wearing his beige jacket, but his head is shaved and there's something dripping from his right hand. It looks like blood. He's muttering something under his breath, but the audio is warped and reversed. Then he turns around. His face is wrong. It's Bryan Cranston, sure, but not acting. His eyes are too bloodshot. His teeth are red. And he's smiling, not like Heisenberg, but like someone who's lost everything and finally snapped. He walks to the camera, raises a finger, and says clearly, "This wasn't fiction. This is what they buried." The screen glitches. Cut to Jesse Pinkman, sitting in the RV. It's the pilot version of the RV pre-destruction. But something's off. Jesse's crying, mumbling, I tried. Then he looks up. His eyes widen. He screams. Not a normal scream. It's glitched, almost demonic, as the camera shakes violently and cuts to black. A title card flashes for half a second. Blue is forever. Then Skylar. She's in the kitchen, back to the camera, staring into the sink. Her reflection is visible in the window. But it's not Skylar's face in the reflection. It's Jane's. Skylar turns around, lips moving. The audio is completely silent, but the subtitle track at the bottom reads, "You think the story ended? You think he ended it?" The sink starts filling with blue liquid. Not water. Not meth. Something else. It glows. It hums. Then there's static again. Final scene. Walter is in the crawlspace. Same position as the famous scene. Flat on his back, laughing. But the laugh goes on too long. Way too long. It never stops. The camera slowly zooms into his mouth, closer and closer, until it's just darkness. You expect the tape to end, but it doesn't. It just sits there, on a black screen. You can still hear breathing. Then a knock, 3 knocks, and a voice, distorted in deep whispers. You watched it. Now cook. That's when my friend says his TV shut off by itself. The power cut, despite the rest of the apartment being fine. He threw the tape away the next day, but swears he sometimes hears that laugh. In his sleep, or from his basement. Once, he woke up to find a tiny blue crystal sitting on his coffee table. He lives alone. I've been trying to find that tape ever since. But maybe it's better, I don't. Some stories shouldn't have alternate endings. Title: Breaking Bad, Season 0. I've always been obsessed with Breaking Bad. I've watched the entire series multiple times, frame by frame. I've read scripts, listened to commentaries, even dissected the color theory in each episode. So when I found a Reddit thread talking about a supposed Season 0, a prequel that never aired, I assumed it was a hoax. But then a guy DMs me, no name. Just an account created that same day. He sends a link to a hidden Google Drive folder labeled Breaking_Bad_S0_rough cut. I thought it was a fan edit. Maybe a mashup of Better Call Saul and early BB footage. But there was only one file. A video labeled EPO1_deadmanschemistry.mov. The thumbnail showed Walter White, but not the one we know. He looked younger, no glasses, no mustache. Just empty eyes, standing shirtless in the middle of a classroom. Against my better judgment, I clicked play. The episode starts with no intro, just static, then a single scene. Walt is in his classroom alone. The camera is handheld, unsteady, like someone's filming from behind a closet door. Walt stands at the chalkboard, writing formulas that don't make sense. They loop back into themselves, symbols that aren't on any periodic table. Then he speaks. They asked me to teach the beginning, but I've seen the end. His voice is off, slowed, garbled, like it was run through bad audio filters. Cut to another shot. Skylar, pregnant, but with her back turned. The camera creeps closer as she whispers something over and over. The baby's not yours. The baby's not yours. The baby's not. Sudden smash cut. Walt is now in the desert, wearing the iconic green shirt and tidy whities. But this isn't the RV scene. He's digging a hole. There's a body nearby, wrapped in a tarp. It's Jesse. Only, Jesse is still moving. Walt doesn't seem to notice. Or maybe he does, and he's ignoring it. He just keeps digging. The wind howls louder and louder, and beneath it, there's a high-pitched whining, like a cassette tape spinning too fast, or a scream that's been stretched out. Then Jesse sits up, stares directly into the camera, and says, "This didn't happen. This wasn't in the script." The screen flickers violently. Now we're in Walt's bathroom. He's looking in the mirror, but it's not his reflection. It's Heisenberg, glasses, hat, beard, except the face glitches. It flickers between Walt, Gus, Mike, even Hank. Then, a final face appears. It's you. You, looking into your own screen. The footage loops back to the classroom, but this time the camera slowly pans behind Walt. There's something on the wall, a door drawn in chalk. At first I thought it was part of a lesson, but Walt walks into it. The chalk opens. You can hear something from the other side. Breathing, heavy, mechanical, like a ventilator crossed with a growl. And then, Tuco's voice, screaming, "Tight, tight," then silence. The video cut to black, but my computer fans went wild, like something was still playing in the background. Then the drive link vanished. The account that sent it, deleted, but my media player still had the thumbnail cached. Except now, Walt's not alone in the image. There's a second figure, barely visible in the corner of the classroom. Just shadow and teeth, and the file name had changed. You shouldn't have watched this .mov. I haven't been able to sleep much since then. Every time I close my eyes, I see Walt in the mirror, staring, not at himself, but through the glass, as if he's watching someone, me. Every so often, my phone buzzes. Unknown number. No ringtone. Just a text, say my name. But it's not a quote anymore. It's a threat.